I ended up going back to work when he was 4 weeks old, and I remember debating at the time about whether the timing was right. But I did not feel at all that I was the right mother for him, and that he would be better off having somebody who was more skilled, who could help him to sleep, who could help him to rest, who could help him to, with his colic, and more importantly, who was confident. My name is Judi. I support mothers who live with mental illness. This is my experience. Coordinator and facilitator of a program called the Making Sense of Motherhood program. And I also am president of the voluntary organisation called From the Heart WA. My experience with my mother was that she was a very capable mother, so I imagined that I would just do the same thing. It just didn't occur to me that I would not be equipped the way that I thought I would. When I look back at photographs of myself in that first 24 hours, I know that I was afraid. I wasn't able to express that openly. But I felt he should have been given somebody who was more equipped for the job. I think after all of these years and talking about this and exploring it for myself, feel guilty about it because I was not well and I wasn't able to manage. So I don't judge myself harshly for it, but I do feel sorry that I didn't have a different experience. Part of the way that I've developed the program is to give women a chance to really start to think about who their baby is and get to think about this as a separate person and somebody who has individual feelings and who loves their mother unconditionally, who has a set of responses which are equipped to provide the mother with reassurance that she's needed and she's important. Because many women feel very guilty if they don't feel that they've instantly fallen in love with their baby from the moment it's born. And it's culturally, it can be very challenging to say that openly and to say, I need to have time. I wanted to give women the opportunity to come and get to know their baby and to get to know themselves. And that was the overall premise as a mother. So without pressure, without judgment, without stigma, without concentrating on their deficiencies or their ideas around their deficiencies, and just to provide them an environment where they could take this journey. So what we try to do in the group is to create an environment where women are mothering, and that's what we're doing, and we're sharing with each other in the challenges and the benefits and the rewards and the discomfort and the tears and the pressure and all of those things together. What I'm doing is I'm helping women to learn to feel comfortable in the company of their baby while they're starting to think about how that is working or not working. One of the main things that I find in the group is there is often a time in a mother and baby's relationship where the mother expresses falling in love with her baby for the first time. Usually it tends to be happening about 10 or 11 weeks into the program. And women have expressed feeling an overwhelming sort of rush of the delayed feelings of love for their baby. And that's very special to witness. What tends to be working in a program like mine is that women will look at me and think, if you can articulate how you feel and if you can be somebody who's managed to get through this, then there's potential that I can too. What could be improved in the future would be for there to be an opportunity for clinical services to be able to use people with lived experience in a way that is seen as collaborative. There is more collaboration between clinical services seeing that there can be enhancement from involvement in peer services if those two things are kept quite separately. So if a woman, for example, is accessing both a peer service and a clinical service. But I think that the way forward is to start thinking about how peer workers can come and help to work in clinical services by either attaining a qualification or having an understanding about how they might practice and how they might consider their own boundaries or clinical boundaries. But I don't think that it's not possible for the two systems to work more collaboratively than they are at the moment.